This is the future.
I showcased a Dagath build earlier ago using the Aqua Blades and a Helminth build, since I think that her fourth ability was the best in the slot when it comes to subsume abilities. Well, I was wrong doing a Helminth build first, as actually, Dagath is insanely powerful without a Helminth build. First of all, her first ability will slow enemies for a couple of seconds, and the slot percentage can go up to 95% when you have 272% power strength in your build. This is the best option if you don't like the energy drain for gloom, as with sides is also a subsumable ability. The best part about this ability right now is it can actually slow enemies that have overguard like the Eximus units, and it can even slow special units just like acolytes and steel path levels. Also, when you combine the power of doom damage and enemies get the Phantom Wrath debuff that stores 35% true damage to enemies, then you cast her fourth ability onto them, there will be a huge chance of one-shotting Eximus units and as well as acolytes in steel path levels. Some players, even me, are complaining about her fourth ability's casting speed, but after min-maxing the build of Dagath, I haven't complained again and enjoyed the Warframe in my whole Twitch stream. The only problem I had with Dagath at first was that it seemed that I couldn't make a foolproof build for the Warframe that makes it easy to play Dagath. I'm running out of energy, and my survivability sucks even with shield gating and the invulnerability of her Grave Spirit. By the way, Dagath's Grave Spirit ability is also insane when paired with heavy crit weapons. The amount of damage you deal to targets, especially when you have applied doom to the enemies, goes insane, and red crit weapons perfectly pair with Dagath. Okay, now let me show you my final min-max Dagath build. So why adaptation? I was struggling with survivability at first since I was using the catalyzing shield. The idea at first was to spam abilities to abuse the shield gating mechanic. It doesn't work well because apparently, you will run out of energy if you just keep spamming her abilities. Adaptation works well in providing enough damage mitigation to her health. Anyway, I have Mold Reconstruct on this build to regenerate health per ability cast. Also, her fourth ability is a great survivability tool since it gives you invulnerability when cast. This allows you to regenerate your shield with brief respite and 2 auger mods in your secondary weapon. With these mods, you can gain 250 shield or more, enough to get the 1.33 seconds invulnerability when shield breaks. Then, when you are not using shield gating, you have the health restore and damage reduction setup, and lastly, you will have the Grave Spirit invulnerability as a safety net. Now, why Equilibrium? Well, this mod works in both ways. It provides survivability and energy economy. I'm using a Sentinel with the Hellstrom on my Dagath so I can abuse the Synth Deconstruct mod and Equilibrium combo. Each time you hit enemies with Hellstrom, you get a chance to spawn health orbs when enemies are killed. And mind you, Duplex Spawn mod can spawn 3 more clones which also can use the Hellstrom with this Dagath build. One cast of her fourth ability can spawn a clone, and you will have 4 companions that can proc the effect of Synth Deconstruct. Honestly, I think that after getting this setup, I don't need Arcane Energize anymore, but it's still good though, as with Arcane Energize my energy is almost always full and I don't have any particular Arcane in this slot. Lastly, I have included the Arcane Shard system in this build. This build requires a lot of stuff, and eventually, you would need to get Talforged Red Shards to increase the power strength of this build. To get the full defense strip, one must have all 5 slots filled with Talforged Red Shard, but if you are having issues with casting speed like me, then I advise that you go with 1 yellow Talforged Shard for the casting speed. With this kind of setup, you will have a 94% defense strip in your fourth ability, and if you want to push it further, then you can get rid of either Mold Reconstruct or Arcane Energize in the Arcane slot and replace it with Mold Augmented for more power strength. I was very pleased with my experience playing Dagath in my stream, and while it will take time to farm Dagath and get all the things to min-max her builds, it's definitely worth the investment as the Warframe is fun to play with. I have more builds coming up, and I will try another setup. But next time, I'll probably try a Helminth build. But honestly, without the Helminth system, Dagath is still overpowered and a must-try Warframe right now. So that's all about it. Before you go, I would humbly ask that you like this video and subscribe if you find this video informative. Also, I'm always streaming on Twitch right now, and if you want to check out some builds and hang out with the man behind the robot voice, then feel free to join my Twitch stream. All links are in the video description below. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.